During the 2011 NBA draft, the Charlotte Bobcats selected 6-foot point guard Kemba Walker with the hopes of building a championship-caliber team around him. But 8 seasons after, the franchise has only reached the postseason twice because of the front office's inability to surround him with superb talent. But in an instant, just a season after Kemba left the team, the Hornets drafted another point guard. This time, he isn't 6 foot tall. He comes with a 6'7" frame together with a 6'10" wingspan. And he's no other than LaMelo Ball, who is considered as the best point guard prospect from the 2020 NBA draft. But is he the guy that will finally transform the Hornets into a contending team in the long run? Well, Michael Jordan thinks so, and so do I. I think LaMelo Ball has the most franchise-altering potential out of all players from the recently concluded draft. He has elite court vision, mature basketball IQ, advanced ball handling, and the defensive potential to go along with it. And this is why I also think that signing Gordon Hayward to a 4-year deal was a great idea for Charlotte for a lot of reasons, which we'll talk about moving forward. So what's good guys, it's Rira Balls here, and in this video, we'll take a look at how LaMelo Ball can potentially transform the Hornets from a mediocre team to a budding franchise moving forward, and why pairing him with an all-star caliber guy in Gordon Hayward could help set up this team into playing winning basketball. Let's get to it. Buzz City has been lacking that buzz for the past few years, but having LaMelo Ball instantly fixes that. Because for real, this guy comes with all the popularity and the hype entering the NBA. But to be fair, he has achieved his status by playing basketball and by entering the league using his own unique path. The kid has literally traveled the world by playing basketball at a very young age, and he even became the youngest American pro basketball athlete when he played in the Lithuanian Basketball League at only 16 years old. And soon after, he took over Australia and New Zealand's NBL, where he gained much attention as a legit NBA prospect while playing in a professional environment prior to entering the NBA draft. So basically, this guy will just expose the Charlotte Hornets to an entirely new fan base and demographic right by the get-go because of his popularity, which I think is a really good thing. But aside from the positive off-court effect that comes with him, I really think this guy will be a good fit with the Hornets' young core for a lot of reasons. Well, of course, as with any other rookie, Ball comes with his own share of drawbacks as a young player. During his brief stint in the NBL, the kid averaged 17 points a game, but he only shot almost 38% from the field and only 25% from deep. Well, those percentages aren't good at all, but you can mostly attribute his shooting deficiencies with him being a trigger-happy young player who happened to be his team's best player and leader in minutes per game right before he was sidelined because of injury. And as draft analysts have suggested, LaMelo Ball is 6'7" and has an almost 7-foot wingspan, but the kid seemingly lacked the defensive effort during the 12 games that he played in the NBL. Well, the good thing is, the weaknesses that he has are very workable, especially for a young player, and ultimately, he wasn't drafted by the Hornets to be an instant sniper or a great on-ball defender right by the get-go. Basically, he was drafted because of his ability to control an offense and to create highlight plays which can hopefully help the team get more wins moving forward. This guy will be a great fit with the Hornets' up-tempo style of play which Coach James Borrgeo had been implementing late last season. And I think one thing that people often overlook with LaMelo is that this kid has already thrived in a professional environment while being only 19 years of age. So you can just imagine how much better he would be once he's put into a legit NBA system which focuses on his skill set and his long-term development. But overall, I think this guy is an ideal fit with his current Hornets roster, and his playstyle is seemingly grounded in making his teammates better. Because if you look at it, not a lot of young players would take pride in being a great passer more than being a great scorer. But LaMelo is the exact opposite of that, I think. Well, yeah, he often throws fancy passes, but he often does it with a sense of security. While during his time in the NBL, Ball averaged 6.8 assists while only committing 2.5 turnovers per game. And that same assist-to-turnover ratio actually ranks as the best in the NBL during the 2019 to 2020 season. Basically, his natural passing ability is just further enhanced by his 6'7" frame, together with his long arms which allows him to easily throw the ball at different angles which are not usually seen by average point guards. Well, as with other young players, LaMelo's elite playmaking will most likely translate to the NBA from day one, and this will immediately help the Hornets roster. Well, last season, Terry Rozier ranked 4th in the entire NBA in catch-and-shoot percentage among all players who averaged more than 3 catch-and-shoot attempts per game, while Devonte also shot 42% in catch-and-shoot threes. So with that, you can see that LaMelo Ball would just maximize both guys' off-ball scoring potential because of his playmaking ability. You could almost guarantee the Hornets to play a 3-guard lineup at times with those guys all together on the floor, which I think will be very exciting to watch, considering that the Hornets ranked dead last in the entire NBA in terms of pace last season. And having a super quick and up-tempo passer like LaMelo will just immediately make things better for Charlotte in terms of having more possessions. And with his height, it's no surprise that LaMelo is a pretty good rebounder for a point guard, and I think he has the potential to be one of the best rebounding guards in the NBA moving forward. And his ability to grab boards will just complement other young players as well. LaMelo has the ability to grab a rebound, keep his eyes down court, and throw a full court pass to an open teammate. And you can just imagine someone like Malik Monk, who is a quick and tremendous finisher on the open floor, to benefit from LaMelo's playmaking. And even on the half court, I think LaMelo will just be able to create highlights on the pick and roll with his teammates. His ability to throw lobs from all angles will help guys like Miles Bridges and PJ Washington get easy buckets around the rim. While on the defensive side of things, I think it's going to be a little bit shaky for Ball at the moment. Just as scouts have pointed out, this kid still has difficulties guarding more physical guards. You can just expect bigger guards to attack Ball's defense during his early years. But as with other young players who have improved their body frame and strength after spending a few years in the NBA and getting used to the league's physicality, LaMelo Ball should be at least an average defender. But if you look at his physical tools, he even has the potential to be a really good one. While for starters, his size and length are elite for a point guard, and I think only Ben Simmons has better proportions and physical profile among other league guards. And if any, LaMelo's 2.43 steal rate in the NBL is a positive sign for Hornets fans. This just means that the guy has the instinct to go after the ball. He just needs to be more physical and be more committed on defense upon entering the NBA. Well, don't get me wrong, it's not like LaMelo will jump into this team and make them instant contenders. I don't think it's gonna work that way. Aside from his playmaking, I think the other areas of his game might take some time to develop, and that's completely fine. That's the main reason they signed Gordon Hayward after all. I think Hayward will be the guy to hold this young team together during this upcoming season at least. Well, a lot of people have been saying that giving him $30 million a year at this point in his career is a huge overpay considering his injury history and whatnot. But let's be real, no one would come to play in Charlotte with a small paycheck. It's just not a free agent destination, and so I think signing Hayward is a big win for the Hornets. The guy has shot 45% from the field, 37% from deep, and 82% from the free throw line during his career. He's still a former All-Star and a solid player overall. Well, he was supposed to mentor the Celtics' young core before he got hurt, but Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown's quick development just altered his role altogether. Now with the Hornets, Hayward has the chance to prove that he's still a star. Well, LaMelo Ball will have the rack in his hands a lot moving forward, but I think that won't be a problem. Last season in Boston, Hayward shot 42.5% in catch-and-shoot three-pointers while attempting less than 3 shots a game, and he was the Celtics' 4th option at best. I think he'll have a much more important role in Charlotte as an active off-the-ball player with LaMelo and their other young guards moving forward. But if their system opts him to be the main offensive initiator, it wouldn't be a problem either. This guy also thrives in isolation plays and is also a great point forward. I think he'll just be the right veteran presence to have around a bunch of young guys who are looking to enter the playoffs and even beyond. And by signing Hayward, it seems like the Hornets front office have already put their complete faith in LaMelo as their franchise player. Well, after drafting him, they could just have run it back with the same players and continued to lose. That way, they could have had a better shot at landing another elite talent during next year's draft. But instead, they chose to sign Hayward to a huge 4-year deal in order to pair him with LaMelo as the kid transitions into a potential winning culture right from the get-go. The Hornets already failed with Kemba Walker in the past and they know it, and this is why they're trying to make things right with LaMelo this time. Well, the kid is a very intriguing young player, no question. Not a lot of people love his game, but his talent and basketball sixth sense is undeniable as well. He was cast into the spotlight at a very young age, going back to his Chino Hills days when he was shooting deep threes without regard whatsoever. His overconfident demeanor in the court probably caused a lot of people to misjudge him. But in basketball, more often than not, confident players are able to lead their teams to success. Well, that same confidence might even lead LaMelo to shoot the Hornets out of games, but that's why they have Gordon Hayward. He would give this team a chance to win while LaMelo takes his time to fully develop. And just by looking at the kid's physical tools and all the experience that he brings to the NBA, his development might not take as long as people expect. And we just might be surprised to see the Hornets in the elite tier of Eastern Conference teams sooner than later. Thank you guys for sticking till the end of the video, and what do you think of LaMelo Ball's potential? Do you think he's going to be a great player moving forward? Feel free to drop your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you've enjoyed this video, please do smash the like button because it helps the channel a lot to grow and be discovered by other fans around the NBA YouTube community. And if you're new to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button so you won't miss fire NBA videos which I put out regularly. Again, this is Balls, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.